Good morning, class. We're going to study absolute value equations. So it's going to be an absolutely fantastic day. Sorry I can't be with you. So let's take a look at these. You've seen these symbols before? They mean absolute value. You've encountered them in grade school, and usually in grade school what you do is the teacher would give you a worksheet, and there'd be like a -5. And you'd be like, okay, I just turned the negative to a positive. So that equals 5. Or the worksheet would have a question that said 8. Well, you don't turn that to a negative, just all the answers just become positive. So that is just 8. -5 becomes +5, 8 stays +8. That's what you learned in grade school, and now we're going to go a little deeper. So, what do these symbols actually mean? Well, absolute value means distance from 0. That's what it means. So it's asking, what's the distance from 0? So let's look at the number line here. This really helps. That's how many spaces? 4. Now if I go the other direction, how many spaces is that? If you said 4, you're right. It's 4 spaces. Because can distance be negative? Well, the position can be negative. Like on the number line, if I'm here, that's at -4. But what's the distance? It's 4. So whether you go to the right or to the left, distance is always positive. So, look at this. This means a distance of 3. That's why the number outside is always positive, because it's a distance, so it doesn't matter whether it's left or right. Distance is 3 spaces from 0. This number in here, though, that's the position. What position is 3 spaces from 0? Think about that for a second, and look at the number line. What position is 3 spaces from 0? Notice I didn't say what position is 3 spaces to the left of 0, or what space is 3 spaces, or what position is 3 spaces to the right of 0. I just said, what position is 3 spaces from 0? So aren't there 2 answers? Yeah. That is 3 spaces from 0, and that is 3 spaces from 0. So this value for x is 2 answers. That is either 3 or -3. So what are these 2 numbers? Those are positions on the number line. So that's this dot right here and this dot right here. But what is this 3? Well, that's just how far away they are from 0. So that's the distance, and these are positions on the number line. So distance is 3, distance is 3. This is a position of 3 and a position of -3. So those are the 2 values for x that are 3 away from 0. So now what about this problem? It's asking what numbers are 8 spaces away from 0. So this is the distance, that's why it's positive. 8 from 0. Well, there's 2 numbers that are 8 from 0, 8, and -8. Okay? Does that mean 8 and -8 go here? No. Because it's this whole piece that is 8 or -8 from 0. So what I should be thinking to myself is, what can I put in for x to make this whole piece equal 8? Or what can I put in for x to make this whole piece equal -8? So this is what you do. X minus 6. If I want it to equal 8 as a position, so that is 8 spaces from 0, then I would just say, okay, what do I get for x when this equals 8? Do a little addition property of equality. Ta-da! For this to equal 8 spaces, x has to be 14. So that's one of the values for x to make it 8 spaces away from 0. What about 8 spaces in the other direction from 0? If I want this here to be a negative 8, which is also 8 spaces from 0. Okay? So let's see. Negative 8, addition property of equality. X equals, negative 8 plus 6, negative 2. So those are the two answers for X that give you the position of 8 spaces from 0 and the position negative 8 spaces from 0. So here's the dilemma. It's like, if you're given a problem like this, does it actually matter too much what's in here? Because of what the problem is asking. Because if it says, what's the distance, and then it says the distance equals negative 5, you should have a little red flag going up saying, uh-oh. Why? Can you have a negative distance? No. So this is just, there's no solution. It doesn't even make sense. Now that makes sense. Because you can have a 5 spaces from 0. Okay? And that can be either left or to the right. So let's think about that for a second. 5 spaces to the left or to the right of 0. Okay? If I'm here on my number line, that would be here. 5 spaces to the right is 5. And here, 5 spaces to the left is negative 5. So this number in here could be a position of 5. That's the one to the right. Or it could be in here a negative 5. That's the position to the left. Okay? So those are the numbers that would be 5 spaces from 0. But then you have something maybe like kind of toughish. You know? Something like this. We're like, okay, I have to find a value for x. Remember that this whole thing could either be 5, just 5 spaces from 0, or negative 5. So it could either be this position here or this position here. So this 5 here, that's not this. This is a position, this is a distance. This position is a distance of 5 from 0. But if we want to find the value of x, we just need to find out what do I put in for x to make this whole piece in here 5. And then what do I put in for x to make this whole piece negative 5. So that's what you should be thinking, is I'm going to work with this whole piece in here to make it either 5 or negative 5, which is a distance of 5. Okay, so I've written up the solution here. What I suggest you do is just pause the video, take a look at the solution, and check out what I did, all right? So, I multiply both sides by 3. That gives me x minus 2 equals 15. What do I do from there? What take away 2 is 15? Can you see that would have to be 17? Of course, you could add 2 to both sides and show the property of equality. X minus 2 equals negative 15. What would have to be there? If you're thinking negative 13, that's right. Negative 13 minus 2, negative 13, 2 more to the left is negative 15. So I have 2 answers that could work for x to make this a position of 5 and a position of negative 5. This one, 17. 17 would make this a 5, which is 5 spaces from 0. Or negative 13. Negative 13 in for x gives me a position of negative 5, and that's 5 spaces from 0. So pause and check that out. Alright, so now I want you to practice. So here's the homework. 2.5, 4 through 12. Okay, really help your table group. Work together, support each other's effort. Alright, don't let anyone slide. And if you have to rewind this video to like look at key parts, no problem. Just have the substitute rewind the video to check out the parts again. Good luck. See you later.